Hi there, my name is Christina Campbell, and I'm here with my colleagues Danielle Hickel and Rachel Bleisner, and we are here to educate you on our research-based forecast for the future of the cell phone industry. We all know each other from our class we have together at the University of West Florida, and we have come together to do this presentation because we are all interested in the future of the cell phone industry, because we feel it affects not just us, but the millions of people in the United States who own cell phones themselves. First, I will give a little bit of a background into how the cell phone industry came about. The first commercial cell phone was made October 13, 1983. It was known as the Brick because of its hefty size at 2.5 pounds. It also carried a hefty price tag of almost $4,000. The ability to buy a cell phone when it first came out was only for the rich. Now, they are so abundant, with the largest carrier, AT&T, having 72.9 million customers, and the United States having 262.7 million customers in all, which means 84% of the United States owns a cell phone. Now, to start, we will talk about the socio-cultural changes we see happening. Then we will show how the economy will affect the cell phone market. Next, we will cover the political and legal changes to occur in the future. Then we will show how much technology will be affected, and last, we will cover how the role of education in the workforce and the cell phone market will specifically impact the industry. To start us off is Danielle.
I'm Danielle. We're going to start with the social cultural changes for the cell phone industry. One of the changes would be the phone sampling for the elections. Most of them are done on the landline, but becoming all cell phone users, there's going to be demographically differences and politically differences, so there needs to be a differentiation, or just altogether get rid of the landlines, which will probably be happening in the near future. Next, the cell phones probably will not be used as cell phones as like a regular voice-to-voice communication. There'll be electronic banking, face-to-face or video calling would probably be prominent. Also texting, and then the downloading of applications, anything that you may need. The iPhone's already started with this, but it'll just increase in the future. And then Americans already have, 85% of Americans already have cell phones, but by 10 to 20 years, it'll be 100% with everyone owning a cell phone. Next would be political and legal changes. The first being the banning of cell phones while driving. A few states have already started this, and it'll probably just increase because of the safety issues. Also, Obama has recently signed into law banning cell phones from prisoners. And then the health issues, cell phones causing cancer is a big issue. In my research, the manufacturers of cell phones have actually been filing patents to reduce the radiation from the cell phones. So there is some in there, and they're trying to reduce it. Therefore, it can be totally safe and not sending carcinogenic waves to the brain. Lastly, cell phone jammers right now are illegal. Only military and government facilities can use them. But in the future, I believe that they will be becoming legal, because there will be a lot more cell phone users, and a lot of businesses may not want the cell phones to be used in their facilities, so it would designate those buildings not to be able to use cell phones. Next is going to be Rachel.
Current economy has not dampened everyone's spirits from purchasing cell phones. The total mobile phone users in 2011 is 5 billion, and the worldwide population is only 7 million. We expect that there will be about 1 billion smartphone users by 2013. Apple also expects that there will be about 100 million iPhone users by the end of 2011. Practically everyone in the world will be using mobile phones by 2030. Regular telephone and television remotes are expected to become extinct in a range of about 30 to 50 years. What do people carry? Keys, wallets, cell phones. Cell phones will become known as everyone's personal identity. People will be able to pay credit cards or Visa cards through their cell phones. If someone left home and forgot to turn on the dishwasher or record some show on television, they would just use their cell phone with just a click away. Cell phones become everyone's personal PDA, computer, calendar, address book, GPS, and television all in one. Cell phones probably would become everyone's personal identification. Cell Cell phones will cause desktop computers to become extinct as well. They will provide virtual 3D keyboards and projectors. People would rely on cell phones program that helps them to find restaurants, stores, and gas stations that provide cheap gas. Cell phones have a video chat or conference that people will be able to use anywhere at any time and not miss a meeting. Mobile phones will help people to be active in everyday life and not miss a day of work. Everyone prefers to text more than talk on the phone. My goal is to provide unlimited texting plan and internet access, the same price as we are charging people for the voice plan today. Voice plan by 2020 will be cheap. People would be able to contact doctors by taking pictures of their injury and ask for their advices without coming to the hospital. Cell phones would provide programs that would monitor blood pressure, body fat, heart rate, and diabetic checkups. The doctor would be able to call and warn us that we were in danger of having a heart attack. There are some mentions that cell phones would provide us to be able to key into it to check our diabetes and pregnancy tests. Let's not hope that's true. There will be smartphone stalkers to steal our personal data. So people would be using anti-software and tracking software to prevent that. Cell phones will be thinner and wider for easy vision, faster keyboard, and longer battery life. Cell phone industry will surge up, and almost everyone will be using cell phones for anything they want to use in one package. And here's Chrissy Campbell.
There will be many educational changes that will affect the cell phone industry in the future. One goal I'm going to set for this industry is to have cell phones replace laptop computers for use in the educational sector in the next 20 years. By looking at this graph done by the Pew Research Center, we can already see that American adults own more cell phones than laptops already. The cell phone industry now has to take hold of that education market and show how the use of cell phones will be all that we need and replace the laptop computer. Some teachers are already implementing them into their curriculum by using them to do research, read books, and use voice technology to share engaging lectures and lessons. The future of cell phones use in education has a bright future, where there will be a high demand for cell phones to be implemented and used in school curriculum. Another goal I'm going to set for the cell phone industry in the next 20 years is for their technology to come out at a faster pace than it does now. The reason we will accomplish that is because there will be an influx of applicants with computer software engineering and computer programming degrees to enter the workforce at a higher than average rate, and this will affect the future of the industry because cell phone companies are always trying to find new ways to be competitive in the technology department. Cell phone companies always want to be the first ones to come out with the new technology, much like the iPhone did with touch capabilities and applications on cell phones. The way they come up with the new technologies by using employees with these technology-based degrees. This graph shows the future projected employment for those careers, and by the numbers, you can see there will be a lot of applicants to choose from in the cell phone industry. In conclusion, the cell phone industry is facing many changes in the next 20 years. For the socio-cultural aspect of the cell phone industry, the changes will be centered on the using cell phones for more than just a phone. In the political and legal department, there will be many issues that will be faced, like driving while talking on the cell phone and the effect cell phones have on cancer development. Even though the economy is not the best these days, more and more people are still able to buy cell phones. Technology in the future of the cell phone industry will probably have the most changes and impact the industry the most. Last, the educational changes will be focused on trying to phase out the use of laptops and replace their use with cell phones, and having an influx of technology degrees entering the workforce.